Chris at Lowland Rescue Oxfordshire.
Hi, Amanda.
Very smart shirt. We're almost matching, except I don't have the badge like you. So tell me about Lowland Rescue.
So Lowland Rescue Oxfordshire searches for missing vulnerable people. So we're a team of volunteers on call 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day. And we're called out by Thames Valley Police and neighbouring Lowland rescue teams. Last year we did over 100 searches, and 70 to 80% of our searches are for mental health reasons. The remainder of those are for dementia sufferers or children. We would use a van as a incident command unit, where we'd have up to 4 search planners in that van using statistics and likely find locations. And then teams of up to 4 people will go out and search their allocated search area. A
real military operation. So when COVID struck, the problems were still going to come. So how did you adapt? And was it the grant from OCF that helped you adapt?
It's really the grant that's helped us hugely. COVID meant that a number of our actual team members were having to shield at home. So we've had to adapt how we carry out our searches. For example, at the moment, the search planners work remotely from home instead of in the van. The funds from OCF have enabled us to purchase more digital radios, so we don't have to share radios within our team to cut down on transmission. It's also enabled us to invest in the use of technology. We've also had to adapt our search practices, whereas we'd normally have a team of 4 and they all be huddled together. We are socially distancing within our searches. We've been able to use the OCF money to issue the team PPE and training on how to use that correctly. A lot of the money that go towards our running costs are met by fundraising and marshalling events such as triathlons and rowing events. So without these, we haven't had any income since February. So the funding from OCF has allowed us to put £5,000 towards our annual running costs. So I'm very grateful to OCF for the funding.
And since lockdown began, have you noticed an increase in call-outs or?
Yes, we have. So we've already seen that COVID is placing additional pressures on family life, more stress, loneliness, as well as perhaps domestic abuse. So we've had a number of searches already linked to these issues and mental health. We work really closely with Thames Valley Police and their search specialists within the police force. All our members are police vetted, and we also work closely with the Oxfordshire Fire and Rescue Service and also the Emergency Planning Department at the councils. So our relationship does tend to involve more with the sort of family rather than the actual missing person. Obviously, it's a very distressed time for the family to have someone, a family member missing.
Are they volunteers who help you? But you're all trained. So where do you do your training, and how long does it take?
So we're all volunteers. We've got about 40 operational, and we've got another 10 or so in training. Training can take normally around 6 months. Normally we're training out anywhere within Oxfordshire in the woods or fields and things. We do classroom sessions at Kidlington Police Station, but we are doing training, but online and in sort of small groups of 6. So COVID's having a sort of I should imagine that 6 months to train will become a lot longer.
But where do your volunteers come from? They hear about you, or they come to one of your social events?
We've held sort of publicity in the past when we've been short of members and recruited that way. Otherwise, it's just word of mouth. perhaps people out seeing us when we're on an active search, and then we get inquiries. But we're taking people from all over Oxfordshire, and also from with different skills. So we've got a dog team, a foot team, a water team, and a drone team. So once you qualify for searching on foot, you can then sort of change and develop other skills.
But then when you actually locate the person, you probably need a degree of counselling skills and capability to deal with the person who's probably in quite an emotional state.
Some of the people we do come across when we do make a find may have issues, so safeguarding we do a lot of training on. We also do a lot of mental health training in terms of when we actually find the missing person with perhaps mental health issues. But we've also got a support mechanism within the team, because we appreciate that some of the finds that we do make perhaps won't be that nice. So we do have support both in-house and through the police service.
If you want a farm to come and do it, a bit of training on, you must come up and see us.
Definitely, I'm likely to take you up on that offer.
Well, that would be fantastic. We've got a few woods,